Hi everyone, welcome to another digital layout class at basicgrey.com. Today we're going to be making a layout using the Lucky Collection. I'm using the starter kit, and you can buy the starter kit over at basicgrey.com and follow along with me if you'd like, or even just take the inspiration from this class and create your own digital page. So this is the layout we're going to be making, and I'm going to go ahead and make it smaller just so it's out of the way, and open a new document. We need to make ours, let's see, 12 inches by 12 inches at 300 dpi. Okay, so here's our layout. We're going to start out by dragging the purple paper over into our documents. And then right after that, we're going to drag the red paper over. Use the marquee tool to draw a square, and I'm actually going to click and drag, and I'm holding down the shift key when I do that. And I can kind of move it around, holding down the space bar if I want. I'm going to kind of get that centered. I'm just going to eyeball it. And then come up to select inverse and delete the area outside of the center that I want. Okay, now I've got some photos here, and I've already cropped these. Excuse me. I've already cropped these to 1.5 inches by 1.5 inch. And I also have a third photo, which is 2.5 inches by 3 1/4. Okay, and I've also got some pattern papers from that collection. I'm going to crop those down to 1.5 by 1.5. You can do that up here. Make sure it's the right size by typing in 1.5 and 1.5 with a resolution of 300. So I'm going to go ahead and get this area right here. In fact, I think I'll turn it so it's diagonal. Okay, and then I'm going to get another pattern paper. This one, same size as before. Okay, and this one as well. Alright, so now I can start dragging these photos and pattern paper over to my layout. Okay, so we're going to drag these over. Just going to kind of get them all into the document. And then I can start arranging them. And you'll notice if you slide your elements up next to each other, they snap together since they're the same size. So I'm going to snap all these together. And then we're going to, well, this one is selected, hold down your shift key and click on the other two. And then you can slide them down. You can hold down the shift key as well to make sure they go down vertically. Now I'm going to select these four and slide it over. And then select these two. And if the sliding over doesn't work, you can just eyeball it. Okay, I'm going to bring over this photo as well. Okay, now I'm going to get these all sort of centered within the red area. I'm going to take the border and drag that in. And I'm also going to rotate it. I'm going to hold down the shift key so it'll snap to horizontal. Okay. I'm going to take that red pattern paper once again, and I'm going to drag it in twice. Okay, the second layer I'm going to change it to multiply, and that just makes the red more intense. I'll select both of these and I'll do Command E or Control E if you're on a PC. That just merges those two layers together. And then I'm going to do Command G, and that'll put that color down into the bottom layer, which is the border. So it clips that pattern into the border. And let's see, now I'm going to take the red area down here. I'm going to double click on it. Oh, sorry. I'm clicking on it I'm holding down the command button and then clicking on it, and that puts the marching ants outside the area. Do select inverse, and then I'm going to take it off the border, so I'm going to select the border and hit delete. And it makes it the exact size we want. Okay, now we're going to add in this yellow area right here. We're going to put it in the center of the dots to make it easier to add some journaling. So I'm going to hit undo on this pattern, and I'm just going to get a small square. In fact, we can probably crop it to the same size, and then we're going to make it even smaller. So I'm just getting the area that I want. Then you can click and drag over into the new documents. Oh, just kidding. I'm going to click and drag over here. And I'm going to use the arrow tools. And I'm holding down the Alt key. And that sizes it down in the center. I'll lock that in. Great. Okay, now I'm going to add the letters for the title. So the way to do this is you're going to select each letter that you'd like and then just copy and paste it over into the new document. So it needs to say so fast, so I'm going to go ahead and get an S and just copy and paste. And then I need an O. Okay, once all those letters are in, you're going to select all the letter layers. I'm going to move it up on top. Okay, and with them all selected, I'm going to size them down. Oh, size them down just like that. Okay, it looks like I need to size them down a little bit, so I'll select them all again and just size it down. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to add in the flowers. So I'll just click and drag those over on top. Size them down just a little bit. Okay, now it's time to add our journaling. So I'm going to minimize all of these to get them out of the way. Okay, get my text tool, and I'm going to come in and just add a journaling area right here. And then you can go ahead and type in your journaling. I'm going to copy mine over from this other layout. Okay, and I'm also going to add some journaling right in here. And it's just going to say you're growing up. Put right there in the center. The way I got the type for this one is I just used my eyedropper and I picked one of the purple colors on the layout. And that just makes it the right color. Okay, before we add shadows, which is the last step, we're actually going to do a little bit of adding kind of like a dashed line. There's some dots. I don't know if you can see on this slide, you've got the dots right here, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so I have my text tool over here, and I'm just going to click once. I'm going to change the color up here to white. And then I'm just typing in a period. In fact, I'll change it to left align right here so I can see where I'm going. Just typing that in. Perfect. Okay, and now I'm going to turn off auto select layer up here, and that's because if I left that on, it would be really hard to click on that line of periods and actually have it select that because they're just so tiny. So I'm going to uncheck that. And I'm also going to come over here and right click and say simplify layer, and that's just going to make it so it's no longer a text layer. It is like pixels. It's rasterized. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this layer, and then I'm going to rotate it holding down the shift key. And then I can just click wherever to move it into place. I'm going to zoom in on that area to make sure I'm getting it right. Okay, I'm just covering up both of those dots right there. Okay. I'm going to select both of these, and I'm going to use Command E again or Control E, and that just merges them together. So now I can right click duplicate layer and rotate this one. And it makes the perfect dotted square. I don't know if you can see that. Lovely. Okay, I'm going to drag this one down to right above that red layer. Or how about right above the border? That sounds good. Okay. All right, now we're going to add some shadows to all of our paper or photo elements. I just did that by clicking low up here, and then I'm going to double click on effects. Okay, so 10, 5, and 40. Okay, we're going to right click on that layer and copy layer style, and then select all the other layers and paste layer style. Okay, so there's the finished page. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.